The following contest is scheduled for one fall on the way to the ring. At a combined weight of 461 pounds, the super athlete Ryan Austin and Liam Connor.
Wow, did you see how amazing we looked with our title? Truly beautiful. That is right, people. It wasn't a horrible dream. No, we are your new television champions. Big Willie made you all believe he was this indestructible being who couldn't be slain, but guess what? We did just that. You're damn right we did. Who would have thought it would have been that easy too? I mean, I hardly broke a sweat in that match. It was like taking candy from a baby. You see, people, what you are looking at is the new dream team of WIW. With my brains and Connor's skill, there is no task we can't accomplish, which is exactly why we targeted Big Willie in the first place. See, individually we couldn't do it, but together we're unstoppable. Oh, and don't you think for a second that it ends there. Today is the TV title in our hands. Who's to say tomorrow it won't be the tag titles or the Hardcore title? Heck, even the world title if we really wanted to. Because the thing is that we literally do whatever we want, and we prove that fatality, there isn't a force in the world who can stop us.
And their opponents. First, from New York, weighing in at 154 pounds, Theodore Adam Wright.
Thanks for turning up tonight, boys, because I have been meaning to talk with you two. You see, you boys impressed me with your win. Not by the way you did it, because you pulled out every cheating tactic in the book to do it, but by the way you two worked together, and I do admit I'm a fan of some tag teams. However, there's an issue here. We will not accept co-champions. It's a singles title. You want to hold gold together, then I suggest you start your hunt for the tag team championships now. But in the meantime, let's deal with the issue at hand. The TV title. I am happy to say that in 4 weeks' time, Big Willie is cashing in his rematch clause. And this time, it will not be a 2-on-1 handicap match. This time, it's a triple threat match. I know you two are all brothers and all that now, but some things you might want to consider beforehand, if I may. 1. I wouldn't recommend pissing off Big Willie more than you did at the pay-per-view by ganging up on him in the next match, because, trust me when I say, he's already pretty pissed off. And 2, I'm sorry to tell you this, right, but you and Liam Connors are not co-champions. But we do need a champion until such time, and that is the person who pinned Willie. And therefore, your new champion is Liam Connors. Now go and get ready for your tag team match tonight. Oh, and good luck at the pay-per-view. That should be fun to watch. Now anyway, more on the next pay-per-view. As you all know, the regular pay-per-view that we have at this time is Wolfpack in the Outback. However, this year, Blake Austin has informed me that due to poor ratings and match cards in the past, Wolfpack in the Outback is cancelled for this year. The new pay-per-view will be announced in a week or two's time, but we should still prepare for the pay-per-view in the meantime. As you saw, Big Willie is cashing in his rematch clause, and I can now report that so are the Backbreakers. So, the Ace of Hearts will rematch Oxley and James for the tag team titles. Also, following the next pay-per-view comes one of the biggest shows of the year for both Mayhem and Fight Night. Mind Games. That's right, Mayhem and Fight Night will be competing once again very soon. And since last year we did not get a decisive winner, Fight Night is preparing a little early in order to make sure that Fight Night will be declared the first ever real winners of the brand war. Therefore, we are on the hunt for some new team captains. Now this year, we will have a men and women's 4v4 match, and so starting next week, we'll be doing some of what 3 qualifying matches for each gender category. That will then lead to the 3 winners of those matches facing at the next pay-per-view, and the winner of those matches gets to be the captain of the Mind Games team for Fight Night. And as an incentive to win these matches, if we win at Mind Games, each participant in that winning team will be rewarded with a future title match. So good luck to all of those involved. And most importantly, for the next pay-per-view at least, the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, following the first defense of the title from Wilson at Fatality, I am happy to announce that tonight's main event will be a #1 contenders match to fight Wilson at the pay-per-view. The 2 men I have chosen for this match are as follows. Dino D, the workhorse of Fight Night, who does everything he can to redeem himself for his loss at Insomnia, and Brusier Brad, a man who won the right to fight for the world title, but only to have it taken away from him by his partner, and so I am giving him another chance tonight. All that and plenty more action to come tonight, so don't you go anywhere, people. Let's get this show on the road. Well, some big matches announced for tonight as well as for the future. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs, and welcome to the first Fight Night of 2K19 to complete the first Universe Mode week here. We are back on Fight Night, and we are kicking things off with the new Fight Night Tag Team Champions, Peter Bolton and Alan Hart. Tonight it will just be a one-on-one match. One member of the Ace of Hearts will be going up against one half of the former Tag Team Champions, Oxley and James. It's completely up to these teams who they decide to send out there. But at the Fatality pay-per-view, one of the biggest upsets on the night, as many upsets were on that night, Bolton and Hart managed to take the tag team titles away from the first defense of Oxley and James, and now they're the tag team champions. They've been hunting these titles for quite some time, and now they finally got their hands on it. How long can they hold on to it for? We have been informed that the Backbreakers, who make their way down to the ring right now, will be cashing in their rematch clause at the very next pay-per-view. They've admitted to going in over their head. They rushed into the decision to just grant a title match to Bolton and Hart. They were made to pay for it, but they are promising that they will not be making those type of mistakes again. And so Oxley and James have a chance to redeem themselves with this rematch clause, and their growing beef between them and Bolton and Hart has really excelled as the Ace of Hearts finally got the upper hand over them, and the Backbreakers will be hoping now they can move on from this and grow exponentially. The Backbreakers will see what they have in store, and we'll see what they can do down the road as we build up towards the next pay-per-view. Who's going to get the win here tonight, though? We'll have to wait and see. The bell rings, and away we go. And look at this, Oxley straight out the gate. And I figured that they'd be charging in pretty quickly. He's not exactly a nice feeling of friendship between these two teams. Two teams who clearly do not like each other, and especially after losing the titles, I can't imagine Oxley and James are in the nicest of moods trying to charge in the corner. Alan Hart managing to sidestep, and a snap suplex, trying to turn the tide. It's Alan Hart, interestingly enough, chosen to step into the ring. Of course, it was Peter Bolton that got the job done at the pay-per-view, managing to lock in the submission hold, the 4-of-a-kind, to wrap up the match. Then KO Oxley stepping up for the backbreakers here tonight. There's a nice little Samoan driver. These two teams really are going for it. And of course, the pay-per-view name to be announced in the upcoming weeks. Of course, traditionally, Wolfpack in the Outback was supposed to be next. However, due to increasingly low ratings that show has had in the past, and unworthy match cards, that pay-per-view is no longer on the cards. And we will be updating you on the pay-per-view name as it comes in, just like we did with Sin City Showdown, in plenty of time in advance. But tonight, of course, we'll be building to that pay-per-view. We already know that the rematch clause between these two teams will be happening at that pay-per-view. Big strike there. We also know now of the Television Championship triple threat match. Liam Connors, the declared television champion after the whole confusion with the title, and he'll be going up against his newfound partner in Ryan Austin and Big Willie, who of course will be cashing in his rematch clause at the pay-per-view. We also know that Ryan and Connors will be teaming tonight. Be interesting to see how long they can trust each other when they're going for the same prize. And of course, we also found out tonight that a #1 contender will be crowned, as Bruiser Brad will be taking on Dino D for a spot in a WIW Heavyweight Championship match later on tonight. KO Oxley flying to the top. Oh, went for a drop kick, but well sidestepped by Alan Hart. And Hart did a lot of damage at the pay-per-view, but couldn't find anything really effective. Managed to land one Heart stopper, but that was all he could really muster. Couldn't lock in the sharpshooter. He really did struggle at the Fatality pay-per-view. A lot of that match was him just getting the beat down, and I guess that works in the end. If you remember, of course, the League of Gods, who were the first ever Mayhem and Fight Night Tag Team Champions, the League of Gods, their usual strategy is Black Jesus takes the full brunt of the offense, and Damas finishes it off. And Hart definitely did that at the pay-per-view. But now he might be taking too much offense here. Bolton trying to get the attention of the referee, but I don't think it's going to help his partner. There's the powerbomb backbreaker. Oh! But Bolton coming to his teammate's rescue, distracting the referee. He didn't distract him long enough the first time, and he did. Oh, wait a minute, look at this. The ref makes the call. Bolton has been ejected. But look at this, oh! Apron hung DDT there. Well, Bolton has given his teammate a lifeline, but he's got himself ejected. He is gone. Hart's on his own now. Hart can't afford to waste the chance his teammate's just given him. He knows what a big opportunity he has now to put this away. Oxley has him on the ropes, but Hart needs to now fight back if he can. Keeps going for that Insiguri in the corner. Has not been connecting tonight. And now with Bolton gone, nothing left for Oxley to be distracted by, and he knows it. Playing to the crowd, the fan favourites of the Backbreakers. Only just won their first tag team titles 3 weeks ago now, but unfortunately they can only muster a 2-week title reign after getting carried away and, like I say, challenging Bolton and Hart to a match that maybe they were getting a little bit too carried away with. Because Bolton and Hart did only win like 1 or 2 matches in the build-up to the pay-per-view, so maybe they weren't the best contenders, but Oxley and James, they wanted to prove what they could do, and you've got to respect them for that. So it's a hard situation to deal with, but at the same time, it has to be done. And now they'll have to cash in a rematch. They've made their mistake. They're going to have to live with it. Managing to escape the corner there and trying to connect with the dropkick again, but once again misses as he plays to the crowd. Mr. Hart driving the knee in the corner as well, and Oxley going to take a second to get out and think about what's next. Hart needing something big here, I'm telling you. Maybe a Heart stopper, maybe that sharpshooter. If he can lock it in, it's not exactly gone his way so far. And Oxley trying to make sure it doesn't stay his way. Look at that, crashing him in the corner before, just dropping him down. Oxley and James are in good shape tonight. And now Oxley looking to wrap this one up. There's the lumbar check. That could be enough on its own, but look at this. Wanting to make sure. Doesn't want to risk the loss here. And now looking for it. Looking for the powerbomb backstabber. Bingo! And into the cover, but he's on the ropes. I was about to say for certain it was over, but it's on the ropes. And did you see that pose after? It almost seemed like Oxley wanted it to be rope break, because he continues the offense on Alan Hart. You really can see the frustrations leaking out here. And now looking for a third lumbar check. Oh no, counted this time. Another big mistake made by Oxley, and now Hart might be able to capitalize. To the corner. Seems to be favoring the corners here tonight. Big mistake made, and you could see the face briefly of Carter James there. I think he realized that the mistake was made. And now Hart going for something big here. Oh my God, what the hell is this? Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh! Burning hammer! And now Hart looking to put away a very stunned, very hurt Oxley. Oh, went for the sharpshooter, but well countered. You see him sweeping the legs. Very well countered. Hart now needs a new strategy. He's seeing the Hart stopper coming. Oh, God. Using the ropes there for leverage and now playing to the crowd. It's a surprisingly mixed reaction. Not usually a fan favorite, but there we go. Alan Hart fighting back as hard as he can, but Oxley not letting it go. And there's the reaction that you'd expect to see from the crowd. Soaking up the applause. He's fought hard here tonight, Oxley, but he's getting carried away. I think trying to punish Hart more than trying to finish him. Beautiful big boot, and Oxley is forced to retreat. Carter James just watching on. Remember, Carter James can't get involved. It will end in disqualification, and you can't imagine they're going to want that to happen. Hang on, Hart went for the suplex there, but Oxley trying to weigh himself down a bit and make sure that that doesn't happen. Back in the ring they go. Hart the first one in. Is he going to be able to capitalize? No, he's not. First strike there goes to Oxley. And now look at Oxley. Submission hold locked in here. Beautifully executed. But is Hart going to tap? He is a submission expert himself. And I think Oxley realized he wasn't going to tap there. So it's back to the plan A as he's going for that powerbomb backbreaker. One more time. There it is. And the backbreakers get one back after losing the tag team championships, and they get the win here tonight. Oxley pretty much dominating that match from start to absolute finish, and he gets the job done here tonight. And Oxley, you saw the frustrations the whole way through that match. And it looks like, oh my God, no, he's still not done. Still not done, and Bolton and Hart getting a beat down. Well, Bolton already ejected. He can't do any of this. He can't help out his partner. But you can see Oxley. You could see the whole match. He was frustrated about losing the title. And he was losing his head in that match, and he definitely just lost it again. But Oxley now building up frustrations. Well, they do have a rematch clause, and I'm sure they'll be cashing it in at the next pay-per-view. But Oxley looks like a man on a mission right now. Will Oxley and James be able to win back the titles, or are they going to let their emotions once again get the better of them and allow Bolton and Hart to slip past them once more? Let's move on down the rest of the card. Soak it all up, people. Bask in my glory. As I expected, I am still the champ, and now I finally get what I wanted. SDC is finally gone. Once again, I prove that the hero of wrestling is no real match for me on any level. The smarter man always wins in the end. So now prepare yourself, people, because now I'm a two-time world champion, and now hardcore champ for the foreseeable future. And there is much more to come from me. See, where all the other men who held this title lacked the intelligence, they always got caught off guard and lose the title all the time, blah, 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 blah. See, that won't happen with me. Oh, no, sir. Not only am I too smart for all of that, but that strategy will serve you no good against the best wrestler of all time. I heard someone say best wrestler of all time, so here I am. Hey, congrats on the title win, by the way. I mean, it's not the WIW and Heavyweight Championships at the same time, but still it was quite impressive. But you see, I'm not in a good mood today. Not only did I find out today that Wolfpack in the Outback 3 is not happening, but one of my favorite wrestlers in WIW has changed brands in defeat. And I don't appreciate that, because I was hoping that me and him would eventually collide in the ring and one-on-one finally see what happens when the king and the hero meet face to face. Oh, shut up! SDC is gone. I dealt with him personally. He picked a fight that he had no chance of winning, and he lost to the surprise of no one. So don't try and follow in his footsteps, boy, because if you do, you will end up exactly like he did. Hopeless, broken, and without a real home. That is all in the near future for you, my friend, if you keep pissing me off. I don't ever want to hear the name SDC on this brand ever again. I can finally move on with my life, and I don't appreciate you coming out here fangirling over the dude like he's on my level. Because he's not, and I proved it. No, you're right, Jayden, my bad, man. I would have hated people to think that SDC had beat you more times than you beat him. I mean, it's true, but no one needs to know that, eh? Anyway, that's not why I'm out here. You see, Jayden, me and my team are not in the best of moods, as I said. So we need something to lighten the mood a little bit, and wouldn't you know it, you just have the thing that we needed to pick ourselves up and pick up our spirits. So you better get ready for a match, because you're about to throw down for your title. Just not with me. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to all of you your hardcore champion in about 20 minutes time, a 4-time tag team champion on this show, and the powerhouse of the Wolfpack, my brother, David Lees. Well, it looks like we're going to get a championship match, but for a second there, I thought King Sam was going to step up to the plate. Doesn't look like that's the case. Instead, he's delegated this to probably the most suitable member for this type of matchup. It is, of course, David Lees, the powerhouse of the Wolfpack, of course, a 4-time tag team champion. He is a dominant force here on Fight Night. And Jayden might want to be concerned, because David is one tough competitor. And he'd be a tough man to get the Hardcore Championship back from a man who has lifted both Brusier Brad and Big Boss on his shoulders, not at the same time, of course, because that is literally half a ton. And I don't think a single human alive can carry half a ton. But David is about as close as you can get to that here on the Fight Night brand. A dominant force he's proven to be in WIW. And tonight, with King Sam's blessing, he's got a chance at a title again. Will David be able to find one here tonight? Well, just like that, we're getting ourselves an impromptu hardcore title match. Jayden putting on the line for the first time since getting rid of SDC at the pay-per-view.
Introducing the challenger from London, England, weighing in at 253 pounds, David Lees. Making his way to the ring from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 215 pounds, he is the World Internet Wrestling Hardcore Champion, Jayden.
Jayden putting the title on the line. I'm surprised he actually wanted to come out and fight. Well, I guess now he's back in the fighting spirit. Now he's got gold around his waist. But he's got one hell of a tough challenge. King Sam designating David to do this. And we all, like he said himself, David's the perfect choice for a fight like this. Bell rings. And away we go, and remember, this is hardcore rules. Oh, God, David trying to fly in there. Jayden had it scouted, but David had his answer well scouted as well. This is traditional hardcore rules. Absolutely anything goes. You can pin anyone, anywhere, at any time. No countouts, no disqualifications. Everything goes inside this hardcore championship match. And King Sam catching the attention of Jayden there, and Jayden wanting to fight him, but King Sam not interested in an interesting turn of events. King Sam designating it to David, and like he said, no better choice to fight in a hardcore match than David. Extremely tough competitor. David, of course, a 4-time tag team champion. He's proven to be one hell of a tough dude. These guys really kind of scrapping here, trying to find an answer to one another. They're both coming up with the counters, but neither one of them really getting an edge. Another counter there by Jayden, and a big boot takes down David. David, very much the powerhouse of the Wolfpack. Been able to lift Brusier Brad, Big Boss, the heaviest of people, on his shoulders at times. He really is one of the toughest men there is in the Fight Night tag division. It looks like for the first time he's stepping out of that tag division, and he's going to try and take out Jayden. But Jayden right now is wearing him down on the ground. The man with a plan always knows what to do. He calls himself the mastermind for a reason. Right now, the clear plan is to keep David on the floor. Look at that big boot to the face there. And now just wrenching away on the arms here. Trying to maybe just take away the power from David. Look at this. Some cheat tactics there. Oh, God. And then the knee to the back of the arm as well. Jayden doing the smart thing, keeping him down, just wearing David down if he can. Now brings him back up because he looks like he's got something in the mind. There's a curve stomp. Beautifully done there by Jayden, and straight into the cover. He thinks he's done enough already to put him away to count. David hasn't exactly been on a good run of form, of course, especially since losing the tag team championship match. And that might reflect in the result tonight. Look at this. Oh, God. He went for an inverted 450 splash and gets caught with David's knees instead. David now up on the shoulders. David trying to power out there with the elbows. He does. David now could turn the tide potentially. Looking to do just that with the pile driver onto the knee. Beautifully done by David there. And straight into the cover on Jayden. Is this going to be enough? No, it's not. Hardcore Championship, remember, on the line for David. This will be his 5th championship reign inside WIW. If he can get it, big kick to the gut. Looking for his famous package pile driver. Got him! Package pile driver to Jayden. And straight into the cover. Very close to the ropes, but it's not a rope break. Jayden gets the shoulders up regardless. What a clean start it's been to this Hardcore Championship match. These two could go literally anywhere they want, but they've chosen to stay in the ring here. And as I figured, staying in the ring, of course, would favor David. Very much likes to do his business inside the ropes, but for Jayden, I would have figured maybe a chair or a kendo stick would have come into play. But right on cue, David going to look for a weapon. Is Jayden going to follow him out there? It looks like he is. A table coming into play. And oh, David just going to use it to whack him on the face. Just trying to grab whatever weapon he could there to try and inflict some damage. Jayden back to his feet again, this time stealing the table from him. Now can he use it to his advantage? Yes, he can. And just bridges it down there. Just both of them just using anything to hit the other. And now these two battling it out on the outside for the first time. Scrapping it out, trading strikes. David not exactly someone who's a light puncher either, so David insistent. He clearly has a plan for that table. What is the strategy here from David? Brings it in. Hasn't set it up at all. And now look at this. Looking for a curb stomp again. Oh, God, right onto the table. Oh, and onto the table with the curb stomp. David might have just caused himself the loss here, and he has. The curve stomp onto the table. David brought in the weapon of his own destruction, and Jayden gets the win over David. And that's going to hurt him as well there. Beautifully done. Somehow Jayden has once again managed to survive the ambush of the Wolfpack, and he gets the job done here tonight, much to the displeasure of David. And David walking off just as like thing he did. Oh wait, look at this! King Sam! He's in the ring and he's just clouted the heavyweight champion, the hardcore champion, excuse me, with a steel chair. Oh god, no! King Sam, look at this! Making a move with a referee present as well! Crossface chicken wing! Locked in and cinched in. Is this the end of Jayden's reign? The referee asking if he taps. Remember, if he does, we crown a new champion. And if everyone taps, of course they do. Oh my goodness! King Sam, the leader of the Wolfpack, has just become the hardcore champion. Oh my goodness! Well, he gave David the chance to get the job done, but he cleaned up the scraps. And as promised, by the end of the night, the Wolfpack did hold the hardcore title. King Sam, what a beautifully orchestrated move. Very, very cheap, but that's what you have to do in the hardcore division. You have to be on high alert, and Jayden was caught slipping, and now the former 3-time world champion now holds the hardcore title as well. It's another title to add to his list of accolades. Jayden is not going to be too happy about this. I can assure you the backlash of all of this is going to be huge. But a very unhappy Jayden right now has just lost his hardcore title, tapping out to the cross-faced chicken wing, and the Wolfpack now have another champion in their ranks. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the new hardcore champion, and I bet none of you saw that coming. King Sam becoming the hardcore champion here tonight on the Sneak Attack. Next up tonight, some tag team action as we were told about earlier on, and it is the new television champion Liam Connors and Ryan Austin making their way to the ring, and it's going to be interesting to see how things go from here on out. Remember, in 4 weeks' time at the next pay-per-view, that television championship is going to be on the line, and those two are going to have to go against each other and Big Willie in a triple threat match. And you know, Big Willie isn't exactly the most pleased man in the world right now with these two. They do come out together. They celebrated their win together at the beginning of the show before the general manager told them that they are not co-champions and that they had to give the title to the man who pinned the champion, and that in fact was Connors. Well, they seem okay, they seem on a good page right now. They don't both look impressed. Perhaps they were expecting to be co-champions today, but only one of them holds the gold, and now it's just a question of whether they can keep hold of their friendship. Of course, both of them have formed this alliance with the goal of winning gold. They've finally done it, and they did it together, but it turns out it doesn't count for them both. Only Connors benefits from the 2-on-1 handicap match. Of course, for Ryan's side of it, you can see how he might be a bit frustrated. He did do a lot of the foundation work in that match. He was the one who took down the turnbuckles to make sure that they weren't pinned. He was the one who pulled out most of the cheap shots, but Connors did the exact same thing. Connors did the hardest part, to be fair, something that not many people have actually done, and that's get the pinfall. Their opponents tonight, Max and Brett, the Cotterrells, returning to TV for the first time in a while. They've just been trying to recuperate the Cotterrells, trying to figure out what they're going to do, trying to figure out what the game plan is. They've been a pretty below-par team in WIW. They've had their moments, but they've never been able to do anything special as a team. Max Cotterrell showed potential in the past season one. He was actually a part of the Money in the Bank ladder match, but was so preoccupied with hurting people that he wasn't too concerned about winning the match. And that's been the biggest problem for the Cotterrells. They just need a smart head here. They can be a dangerous team, and they clearly can hurt people if you've watched any of their matches. But they're so concerned with hurting people, they never pay attention to the result. And they can't afford to let that keep happening, because they could fade here in WYW if that continues. The bell rings, and away we go. And interestingly enough, Max Cotterrells starting this one off. Maybe a new game plan. We're used to seeing Brett starting things off with proceedings. It is Max Cotterrells that's going to start us off tonight. And Ryan Austin kicking us off. Television champion Liam Connors waiting on the apron. So it's an interesting situation. One of the first matches announced for the upcoming pay-per-view. Of course, that triple threat match. And I mean, although it's a triple threat, it still could work out in Connors and Ryan's favor. If they can work together, if they can really and truly prove to work together as a team, as a unit, then who knows, it could be an easy one for them. It could just be essentially a 2-on-1 tornado handicap match. If they're willing to work together, that is. But the question is, oh god, big elbow to the back of the head as he crashed into the turnbuckle previously. The question is, how well are these two actually willing to work together? Connors and Ryan, they've been trying to figure out what their partnership was going to be like for the last couple of weeks. They finally got a working prototype. They targeted Big Willie as they thought taking him 2-on-1 it would be easy prey, and it turned out it did. Big Willie let his ego get the better of him, and he underestimated the situation. Look at Connors here now. Oh, beautiful inverted DDT. It's going to be interesting to see. Of course, Big Willie himself going to be a dangerous target. Oh, and a big straight jacket suplex out of the super kick. Max Danger in very early trouble here. Max is going to need to get some offense in, and he does there with a Russian leg sweep. Look at this playing to the crowd. He seems confident, relatively. Oh, Ryan trying to get the cheap shot there. And now look at this, trying to get the cheap roll up here. Oh, Connors trying to steal this one. And Connors gets a 2. Worry signs there for Connors. Got caught off guard and almost made to pay for it. To the corner. And now what's Connors thinking? Oh, tossed out the ring. Oh, but we saw this in the television championship match. Rushes back into the ring with a clothesline. Beautifully done there by Liam Connors once again. Connors doing very impressively so far. Ryan got off to a good start. Connors has just built on that, but he's close to his corner and he gets the tag. Connors couldn't stop him. In comes Brett, and look at this big drop kick there. Look at the size of this man. Oh my god. That one punch just sent Connors collapsing on the floor. Connors can't get near him right now. Oh god. Looked like a knee to the eye there, which might have given him some room, but still Brett is on the prowl. Look at Brett just lifting him like nothing there. The champion taken down. Ryan calling for a tag, but Connors way too far away to be considering that. Brett Cotterrells, who's looking a lot bigger this time around, doesn't he? He looks like he's bulked up over the last couple of weeks. Maybe the Cotterrells have taken the time off of TV to actually get some work in. Because Max Cotterrells looking a little bit more built than usual as well. Connors being absolutely stunned by these punches. Hardly got a response at all. And he's got taken down with a suplex again. Connors desperately needs to crawl to his corner. But Brett Cotterrells absolutely dominating the current television champion. Well, Brett and Max, they got off to a slow start, but it looks like they found the right strategy. Usually it's Brett Cotterrells that's the liability. His lack of speed usually costs him a lot of time and a lot of promise in the match, but right now he's doing very well for himself and just rams him down there with almost like a shoulder tackle. Brett Cotterrells, what a performance from him tonight. And now Brett, what's he thinking here? Oh, look at that, just using his weight to full effect. Brett Cotterrells just stomping down on him. Brett and Max, look at Max's face. He's loving watching his brother beat him down. Oh my god! What the hell? Deadlifting him into a military press and just dropping him down. And that is devastating. Luckily, Ryan comes to make the save, but he might regret that. Look at this. Oh no! Oh, he suplexed him. Suplexed him on top of Connors. Brett Cotterrells is on a rampage. I have never seen Brett Cotterrells put on a performance like this. Oh god, crashing Ryan and Connors into each other. And now dropping him on the rope. The referee is down. He can now tell Ryan to get out of here. Oh, God. Went for a headbutt on Ryan. Ryan lands the cheap shot, though. Connors, though, now might have the opportunity to make the tag. Brett was stunned, but not stunned for long enough. Is he still considered? Oh, God, now look. A cheap shot on the other end. And in comes Max Cotterrell with the DDT, and the Cotterrells bringing one hell of a fight to the almost co-television champions. Connors, I'm not sure what he was expecting here tonight, but goodness me, he is getting absolutely manhandled by Brett Cotterrell right now. Desperately needs a tag. Gets crashed in the corner there with a hip toss. And now, oh, look at this. He's just crawling. Desperately just trying to get a tag, but Brett Cotterrell absolutely dismantling Connors right now. Connors and Ryan, of course, not a proper tag team. Oh, God, not again. Not again. DDT. The referee needs to get some control here because the Cotterrells are just absolutely destroying him right now, and they're not even playing by the rules, to be fair. There's a cheap shot to the arm. Connors doesn't know what to do at this point. Absolutely stunned by all these strikes. Needs just a second to get away, but he can't even do that. Brett, oh, he's worn himself out. He's worn himself out, and you see that strike. Big strike by Connors. The same punch that knocked out Big Willie. He's not going to do the same here. Oh, and he almost got away with it. Connors saw that Brett had worn himself out, and this is exactly what I'm saying. Brett Cotterrell, he lacks the speed, he lacks the stamina to keep running for this long. And even those clear gym sessions haven't helped him with his stamina. And now, Liam Connors, the television champion, working away on a very tired Brett Cotterrell, who's just spent the last, 5 minutes dismantling the television champion. He's trying to fight on, but you could see he was tired. He visibly fell to a knee because he was incapable of going that long. But a two-handed choke slam and straight into the cover, and Ryan once again comes to the rescue. Oh, and Max Cotterrell tried to blindside him, couldn't do it, and now Ryan just going to leave as Brett was threatening to punish it. Oh, God, what's Brett doing here? Brett Cotterrell, oh, maybe thought about a weapon, maybe. Maybe thought about just bringing out a chair and continuing the beatdown on Connors, but decided against it looked like in the end, and didn't work out in his favor. Brett now has had a second to recuperate, so catch a breather, and he says the end is coming. Dodging the hip toss in the corner, and now look at the strikes to the back, but Brett almost acting unfazed, went for a headbutt, misses. Connors just trading strikes with the big man right now, but the big man's not falling from the strikes. To the corner, desperately needs a tag. Oh, God! Trying to crash him in the corner, couldn't get it. And now Brett scooping him up. Oh, and into the back. Oh, but he's close now. Can he make the tag? Can he make the tag? Yes, he can! In comes Ryan, and Brett is tired. And now Ryan is a fresh man. He might be able to take full advantage, but Brett just tosses him away there with the drop kick. Ryan, a master strategist. Can he find a way to deal with Brett? Brett is doing fantastically well on offense, but look at him. He has tired himself out so easily. Brett continuing to dominate, though. Ryan coming in, he's the fresher man at least, and that benefits him to an extent, but not if he's going to continue to get the same beatdown that Connors did. And now look at this, oh, just wearing him down. But you know what? What a performance we are seeing from Brett and Max Cotterrell. Mainly Brett. Max did okay when he came in, but this has been all Brett Cotterrell just dominating Connors and Austin so far. Connors and Austin, can't you tell they're not used to working together? But then again, not much Connors could do. He was isolated for long periods. And look at this. Brett is so tired. He literally, after every move, he's worn out. He worn himself out too much with relentless offense. And maybe Connors was just playing possum, waiting for him to tire visibly. And it didn't work out. Oh, look at this. Ryan, big counter there. Getting rid of the double choke slam. Oh, cheap shot from Connors from behind, right to the back of the skull. Michinoku driver. Hooks the leg straight into the cover, just trying to steal this one off the cheap shot. 2 count. Connors and Austin landing the cheap shots there to get himself back in momentum. There's a Pele kick dropping the big man. And now Ryan wearing down the legs. Maybe going to go for the Billy Goat's Curse, one of his first ever finishing moves. It was a decent submissionist. He could go for that. Maybe go for the running punt kick as well. That's proven to be vicious. Brett wisely tagging out. He clearly doesn't have the energy to keep going in this match. And now Brett tagging in Max, who laying into him with headbutts there. Vicious there. Very vicious there with the headbutts. And into the cover in the Cotterrells. Close again to getting it done. Well, Brett and Max, this has been a performance of a lifetime for them. Probably their best performance since they came to WIW. But then again, that's not a hard criteria to meet. You've seen they've definitely struggled in WIW. But right now, they're really showing off. Connor's saying he's ready to come back as Ryan is struggling. But Ryan, it might be too little too late. This could be the end of them right here. Max to the top. And oh! Went for a diving splash, but Ryan saw it coming. Ryan counters it into a ballet kick. And Brett Cotterrell, watching on the outside, was tempted to come in. The referee telling him no. And Ryan now just trying to find a way to wear down Max maybe if he can. These two scrapping it out in the corner. Can he find it? Oh! Ryan maybe was trying to set up for the stunner. He couldn't do it. Oh, God, look at that. Max threatening the knees there. Liam Connor's trying to get in, but it's to no avail. Back in comes Brett. Can they find a way to steal this right now? Oh, big kicks. Ryan desperately needs to make a tag, but he's still not making it. Ryan refusing to make the tag right now. Crashed into the corner by Brett, who's had a second to recuperate, to refresh. Can he manage to go the rest of the way? He's still a little bit tired, but to be fair, so is everyone. Everyone's taking a big brunt of the offense in this match. They've all taken turns. And now Brett from the top. Oh, God. Brett, no. Back in this military press position. And just drops him down from the high heights. Brett's still very tired, but he thinks he's done enough to get it done. Max is going to try and stop Connors from getting involved, but he couldn't. And Connors does get involved. And Connors makes the save. And taking out Max in the process. It worked out a hell of a lot better than I think Connors was expecting. Ryan with the kick to the jaw there. And now Ryan, trying to get him over his head there, it looked like, but Brett just too heavy. Brett just not going down. Connors still calling for the tag, and you can see the frustrations as Ryan is just not trying to make it. He hasn't even been crawling over there or anything. Look, he's not trying to make the tag. What's the strategy here from Ryan? He needs to be careful, or this match could turn into a loss. He's countering the bigger moves that they're bringing, but for how much longer? Trying it again to get him in the corner. Oh, what the hell is he doing here? Look, just dragging him as if he was Donkey Kong, taking away Princess Peach. Oh, God. No, no, no. Oh, goodness me. The pressure and the weight on him. Connor's not coming to his rescue. But Ryan gets the shoulders up. And again, Connor's calling for a tag, but again, Ryan isn't going to get there. This time, Brett stops him before he can even make an attempt to do it. Brett Cotterrell holding on to this match for dear life. Oh, look at this. Not again. Look at this strength on display. Just manhandling Ryan. And Ryan is in a bad spot. Crashed down onto the apron. Brett Cotterrell hoping that's the last thing he needs to do. Connors isn't coming to Ryan's rescue. Oh, but Ryan doesn't need it. Ryan definitely the fresher of the two, despite the offense he's taking now. But somehow Ryan kicks out, and Brett is furious, straight back on the offensive and crashes down with a clothesline. Now Ryan, look, now Ryan wants the tag, and in comes Liam Connors. Can Connors do anything? I think Brett was trying to line up for a chokeslam there. Look at this, but Brett not being taken down by these strikes. Oh my God! Was that a headbutt? A running headbutt from Brett Cotterrell. And into the cover, the referee slowed to count. Ryan's down on the outside, he's not coming to his rescue, but the television champion just kicks out. Well, Brett and Max, you got to imagine they are seconds away from winning this. I don't know what they've got to do, because right now Connors and Austin just refusing to stay down. Look at this, Ryan trying to get in this ring. He's clearly not liking what he's seeing, because he's seeing that maybe he's setting up for that easier military press from the top. He's in trouble here. Oh, God. What's Brett doing here? He's on the middle rope. This is dangerous territory. Superplex. Look at the faces of Ryan and Connors. Connors just face down on the apron. He looks destroyed. Brett and Max have done an incredible job here tonight. But it's now just a matter of whether or not they can actually put this match to bed. Dragging Connors to the middle of the ring, trying to get the cover, maybe on the television champion. Wait, drags him a little further away from the middle, and into the cover he goes. Is that going to be enough? Connors kicked on his own, but Ryan came to the rescue regardless. Oh, look at Brett, not happy about the fact he came to his rescue, and he walks him out of the ring almost. Connors and Ryan are literally going to have to pull the heist of the century if they're going to win this match. Look at Connors, pretty much defeated. He is really, really struggling here to handle the offense. Now into the corner. Can Brett find that military press one more time? He's trying to set him up in the corner. Oh, no. Oh, no, not again. He's done this already to Ryan and now doing it to Connors. Connors in trouble. And look at this. Oh, just drops down on him into the cover. Surely he's got nothing left. But he does somehow. And Brett, not even fazed by that at all. He kind of enjoyed the fact that he kicked out. Maybe more offense to come. He's going to tag out, though. In comes Max. Brett and Max have done an incredible job. They've done the offense. They've dealt the damage. But now it's a matter of whether or not they can get the win. That's the important part. Up on the shoulders here is Max Cotterrells. Having Connors up. Oh, and beautiful detonation kick to take him down. Connors, can he find anything to fight back with? Kick to the face. And now Connors on the attack, but it's not to any avail. This is really troubled times. And look at this. Oh! Taking him down there to the knee and then attacking him from there. And now those headbutts again from Mad Max Cotterrells. Nailing him there with the headbutts. Oh, but it looks like he hurt his head there. Might have regretted doing that. And both teams clearly feeling the effects of this match, but Connors and Ryan more than anyone. Connors now maybe trying to find a way to steal this. Oh, big strike! The same strike that took down Big Willie for the final count. Into the cover. Is this going to be enough to get the job done? No, it's not. Brett saves it just. Oh, and look at that. Oh, Ryan getting caught there. Miscommunication. Miscommunication from the team. Hey, look at Ryan's face. He did not like that, but he does walk out the ring as they land the strike again. Straight back into the cover. Is this time going to beat the Cotterrells? Yes, it is. Connors and Austin somehow walk out the winners. A bit of communication issues at the end there as they hit each other, but they get the win regardless. The Cotterrells defeated. Oh, wait, look at this. Oh, and Ryan screaming at him. He wasn't happy about the shot that he hit there. Oh, look at this. All these two getting a bit shovey there. Well, clearly some tensions from the hit at the end. You saw Ryan stare him down, but confronted him after the match. Well, clearly the tensions are high. And that's the thing, you know now that it's going to be like this because they're both eyeing the same prize and only one of them can hold it. But the friendship that these two have built up over the last couple of weeks, is that already on the bridge of collapse? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what is happening, but Connors and Ryan need to worry about this triple threat, but they need to worry about Big Willie as well. So much to worry about for all of them, and so little time. Let's move on down to the rest of the card. Well, last up tonight, the main event. And it is a #1 contenders match to find out who will be the next man to face for the WYW Heavyweight Championship after Alex Wilson's victory at Fatality. Oh, wait a minute, look at this! Jay Griffiths! What is this about? And Connors... not Connors, Dino D just doing his entrance here, and Jake Griffiths beating him down. What is this about? Well, Jake Griffiths clearly wasn't happy that he lost his match at Fatality and now trying to take it out here and stop this #1 contenders match from even occurring. Dino D trying to fight him off. This is his chance to get a championship match, and he's not going to want to squander it. But Jake Griffiths fighting hard. Dino D fighting harder. Look at this, trying to get away from him now. Oh, and Jake almost caught him there. Dino D bringing this into the ring. And now look at this. These two are going to fight here inside the ring. The referee saying enough of this. This is not happening. But where's Brusier Brad when all this is happening? Brad's supposed to be in this ring too. What? Wait, oh my God. Oh my God, what the hell? Wilson Woodward is attacking Brusier Brad backstage. What is this all about? Wilson Woodward ambushing Brusier Brad. He's supposed to be in the match. He's supposed to be at ringside, or at least in the ring. But Wilson Woodward is beating him down. Well, Brusier Brad being beaten down. Meanwhile, Dino D still scrapping it out with Jay Griffiths. Brusier Brad being attacked backstage, and Jay Griffiths attacking Dino D. Not that it's kind of working out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the referee's saying we're not going to get a match. But what the absolute hell is going on here? Brusier Brad being beaten down by Wilson Woodward, of all people. And everything that's going on in the ring, is this a team incident? Are they doing this together? If so, what's the objective here? Dino D still trying to fight off Jay Griffiths, and they're battling it out, scrapping in the ring. Oh no, not this. Dino D in trouble. Oh, the bunny hop right to the skull. Dino D ambushed. This was supposed to be his chance at a shot of the world title, and it's all going awry for him. Jay Griffiths, no, a second bunny hop, drilling his head into the apron. Jay Griffiths, what was all that about? Jay Griffiths just absolutely laying waste to Dino D in the ring, whilst Wilson Woodward, of all people, ambushed Brusier Brad backstage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is probably the weirdest way we could have ended tonight's show, because what happens now? That was a #1 contenders match, and now we don't have a #1 contender. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to try and get someone backstage to try and help out Brad, but the situation is pretty grim here. Fight Night is falling apart, and it's happening live as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one where hopefully we'll get some answers. Peace.